I love blacks. I love blacks. I love blacks. The one thing you gotta remember, by the way, is like when people say, well, we're gonna like make content for black people because there's more black people in the world. Just remember, we could replace them with white people and just make white people content. There's a reason they don't want that. If people are friends, they just do that. They just say, nah, it'd be better just to like euthanize the black people and then place them with smart whites, and then we get better. No, they don't want to do it. They want to like make rock content, so they can just like make content for like retard blacks and Indians who just like jerk off to anything. So if you just put a big bar on the screen, like Indians will just sit there and just jerk off for like 90 minutes, pay like 10 quid for it. So they'll use like Ben Shapiro's sister's giant tits just like to way to like get the Jews and the blacks to do stuff. So the Indians and blacks to do stuff. Or Brittany Venti, her jungle tits. Like, it's like I keep seeing like her shitty videos, shitty shorts appearing on like my channel. And it's just like, it's so obvious. She's just like panning now. It's like literally just the tits at this point. It's like, it will be only a matter of time. Like, I guarantee you probably by like the end of 2027, I will have seen her bare tits. That's my accusation. Not from like her DMing me saying anything spicy. Just like, she probably will just end up doing it for. She's like a mixed race mutt who like clearly hates herself. She's got no parents because they're both dead. So she's had like no guidance or no like steer or anything. Is now like using social media, which is like already confirmed to completely like fry any woman. So like more intelligent women will probably have more integrity. Like I could probably get like there might be like some real genius 140 IQ woman who might just be like, I don't care, I don't want to go on social media, I just don't want to have that. But like I find it's like more lower IQ people who are the ones who are like not able to see the facade that is like the internet, and it's like getting the validation just from like a bunch of numbers, and okay, you get money, and it's like, what are you doing? Like, what actually are you doing? And you haven't got kids, you haven't got like an actual like husband, you're just like living hedonistically. It's just bullshit. It's just no point. And she's like half caste, so she's just gonna be like a fucking Democrat. She like sits there and like bitches about why like her energy costs are ridiculously expensive, and it's like, you're gonna convince me that you didn't vote for Mandani. She lives in New York. I absolutely bet she did vote for Mandani because she wants to see like the West get destroyed. No way in fuck. Oof. She's Republican. Absolutely no way. Absolutely no way. I mean, the only kind of women online who'd be Republican would be like, ah. Probably like Brett Cooper and Pearl probably is. But actually I don't know because she loves black people, so she's probably like pretending. And I think she's Jewish as well. Because it just doesn't make sense why she loves black people so much. It just really doesn't. Because like sometimes when I go on her like posts, oh no, it's a new GTA link. Alright, I gotta watch this. The graphics do look phenomenal. Wow. So he's got the binoculars out and he's like zooming in on all the games, and you can like read everything like perfectly. It looks great. It absolutely is insane. Because there's basically like leaks of GTA 6, but they're like relatively harmless in the sense that it's just showing you just like the inside of a shop, which is this one. It's like not giving you any story indication or anything. I mean, it just seems like you play as two characters, a bloke and a woman who he hasn't shown the woman yet, but he's just in a shop and it just looks great. Everything just looks really good. It's like he's gone into like a second-hand game shop, and it just looks absolutely great. It's got like all these headphones, it's got the games consoles, which are like PlayStation 5s, TVs, laptops. It just looks like exactly what you'd expect. And it's just quite an innocuous sort of look into the game, because they've got like, whatchamacallit, people are like, I'm pretty pissed. So like on Thursday, I'm like disoriented because it's Tuesday, but I know obviously that I've had I've had like Monday and Tuesday off. I'm back to work tomorrow. There's this stupid Netflix thing that's coming out on Thursday, where it's about oh, it's grim. It's really grim. What was I gonna say? There's some really weird people in power, by the way. It's okay, I'll sort it out. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, that was so retarded. The video, like, it starts, there's like a catamaran. And probably that's what it is, to be fair. Still, no, listen to how mental this is. There's a catamaran, and they jump off the front of the catamaran, and then they go underneath it. And I guess probably they are, like, in the safe spot, because they go over, like, the part where they have, like, engines on, like, that side, there's, like, a bit like that. But still, it's like when they go over it, and everyone's waiting for them to kind of resurface. It's just like, and they're moving as well. Sorry, they're moving. It's like I think you see like one or two women get on. There's three of them that jump in. It's like, for fuck, don't do it. When I was in the Merchant Navy, we used to always joke about that. We used to always like say like, how much would you have to get paid to do the underkill challenge? And it was like, if you see like the container ships we were on, I think like they were like 30 meters wide. They were like 300 meters long. 40 meters high, I think. That's where the bridge was. Like 30 meters wide. Yeah. And when you're on the bridge, you did get to see everything. It was nice. But we used to. But the thing with that is, like, you just wouldn't fuck with that. One of the most dangerous things you can ever do. If you like ever fall off like a big merchant vessel, we're not talking a yacht or even a tool ship, I'm talking like an actual commercial vessel. An oil tanker or a fucking container ship or like a fucking cruise ship. Any like massive fucking ships that are like powered by heavy diesel. And it just got like two massive propellers. Just go and those propellers, even they still are fast enough that if any of those like propellers, like you touch them, it'll just break whatever like limb it touches. Or just so like yeah, if it like touches if it like hit your torso or your head, anything to like your head, you just die. But if it like hit your arm, you'd immediately just like your arm would be broken, and then like the current would probably like throw you into like a dizzy like it's like there's a churn in the back because there's two like propellers going like that. So what happened is if you do like go underneath it, you might if you like swim underneath the kill, but you're like swimming like towards like the aft of the ship where the propellers are, instead of like trying to swim to the, because what you're supposed to do is you're meant to swim to the side, just keep swimming, just do not stop, because essentially what you're going to do is, so like, let's say like you fall off at the top here, the ship's going to keep going forwards, you want to just keep trying to go as right or left as possible away from the propellers. The whole point is you're trying to get away from the propellers as much as possible. That's the safest thing you can do. If you like swim back towards it, yeah, you'll eventually, the propellers will like start to suck you in as you start to approach the propellers, and you're just gonna get churned up. You just do not really want to be at the back of that at all, because you might get sucked in as well, because when the propellers are like doing that, your warrior is actually kind of getting like sucked in, so you'll just get caught in some kind of current, and it won't be good. But like, to be fair, like, I'm not gonna be like honest with you. I'm not gonna be like particularly like, if you do jump off like a merchant ship in the middle of the ocean, and it's not immediate like someone's like detected you and thrown a lifebuoy or something, you probably die. It's just no way. I'm sorry. It's Indian Ocean. Do you have any fucking idea how big the Indian Ocean is? Basically like, where the straightest line is from as soon as you exit the Suez Canal, the Red Sea, Jakarta, and then you sort of like, you're moving and doing the Mercator journey from that point up until like the Malacca Straits. So you basically do the whole Indian Ocean, as in the whole circumference of it. You don't do like, sorry, the whole like diameter of it. You don't do like the depth. The point I'm trying to make is, the Indian Ocean is like, I think it's the third biggest ocean, but that's still not like, it's not that actually, it's not that different from the Atlantic. It's like not very much different in size. It's like Pacific is just generally bigger by quite a lot, like 8,800. But I think the Atlantic it's like 5,000. I want to say like the Indian is like 4,000, 4,500, something like that. But anyway, it's the bottom part of the Indian Ocean. Just no one goes in it. It's really fucking eerie. There's like, essentially, there's like almost like what do they call them? Void. There are like voids in like on the planet. So loads of the voids will be in the ocean. So it's just gonna be like probably like lots of areas potentially in the South Pacific, maybe. Sorry, South Atlantic, as in where like Africa is. On the east coast, on the west coast, sorry, of Africa. There's probably not that much traffic there either, because everything just goes through the mouth of Gibraltar, because it's quicker, much quicker. There's not many things that will go over and use the Horn of Africa and then go and traverse up. Even if when that did exist, there was still like a very clear like way that they'd done it with waypoints, which most people use. I'm going to be honest with you, when you actually learn how to be a pilot, an officer of the watch, I'm going to give you like the secrets here to make it so it's not that difficult. You effectively just, if you're doing like the very, 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 there's like essentially like, I don't know, a dozen routes, like transatlantic routes that the ships do. Going from like China to Europe, China to America, probably China to Africa. China just makes everything, get it? So well, I was on a container ship, so that's me. But like, obviously, if you're on an oil tanker, it's going to be like what countries make oil, like all the OPEC countries, the US. I don't know. See, well, but those are the countries that are going to be like filling up the tankers and like sending them to other countries. And it's just like those routes are going to be like the most efficient routes. So what I mean is, it's like once you just basically have like a port, like Dubai, for example. I know that's not the port with where they do the petrol, loading the fuel, but let's just say whatever that place is, that tanker will just have like there'll be so many like it's like a GitHub. It's basically like GitHub. There'll be like so many like waypoints and routes that you can just copy, where they just come across the most efficient path to go across. So they just know that if you're trying to like leave the Straits of Hormuz, this is the safest way to do it as a tanker. And you can just copy those waypoints, put it in, and then it's just like, then you gotta like think about, okay, I'm going towards like what you call it, like India or something. Like, there's probably like someone who's got that route. It's like probably like thousands and thousands of like people who've like uploaded on the Ectus machine a system, a route which would be like Dubai to India, and then that you just load it on there, and it'll just be like you just follow it. The part that's difficult is when you actually approach so when you're in the middle of the sea, that's not hard. I'm gonna be honest with you again. Like when you're in the middle of the ocean, not much is happening. You rarely see like other ships, and if you do, it's like you're usually so far apart. And they're not going to do anything crazy because it's just like most of the time you are literally just like going a straight line to just try and get to like the land. That's it. It's nothing exciting happens, I'm afraid. There's no like crazy ships that just start to like, you know, pirates. Nothing of that happens. It doesn't happen. When I was in the Red Sea, we did have the pirate zone. I saw like one boat which was a bit sketchy. But I don't know if it was pirates. It could have just been like, it could have been a scout. It was just like it was during my day watch, because we had pirate watches when we were through, you come out the sewers, do the Red Sea, and then it's like, there's like a little patch from when you're coming out of the Red Sea from like the, east of Africa, where you've got like Somalia and stuff. That's like the high traffic zone. So there's like a port on your like on the charts. There's a big like danger zone, and it just says like high pirate zone. And as a result of that, there's like more proficient watchers, which means like every single watch requires 2 watchmen instead of 1. So it's like, for me as a cadet, they were like, cadet, you now have to wake up at 8. Do like the 12 to 4 watch. I was like, oh man, because that'd be like 12 in the day and then 12 at night. So 12 at the day till 4 p.m. Then you go and have dinner, and you can actually like sleep, but then you got to wake up at like midnight. Got to wake up at midnight and go do it till 4 a.m. And then like you probably finish your watch, make yourself a sandwich or something. It got crazy. Like, this is how it worked. You had to like just throw all that shit out, because it wasn't the same as like being at home. You couldn't just be like, I finished my 4-hour watch, now I get like an 8-hour. No, you couldn't do that. It was like, you had to be so systematic. It took you a while to get used to it, but it was like, you'd finish your watch at like 4 a.m. and you were like, okay, I've got 8 hours until I've got to like go and watch again. Ideally, I do not want to stay up like more than 2 hours. So you'd think in your brain, you'd be like, okay, so it's now 4 a.m. I want to go to the galley and probably just make some food. Scarf it down. Get into my like digs. my cabin, just before you have a shower, just get yourself then go into bed, maybe like watch a couple of TV, like I just watch like The Office or fucking like The Simpsons or like King of the Hill or something. You just had, I remember you had these curtains, and they were like really thick. They would just block the sun out, because obviously if I was sleeping at like, because I do the same the other end, if I finished at like 4 p.m, you have to kind of just be systematic like that as well. It depends actually, because sometimes I'd do that. You'd finish like your watch at 4 a.m. Maybe sleep around like 5-ish. Wake up at like, probably like 11:30. Potentially like, no, I'd probably wake up at like 11:15. Get a shower. I smoked back then, so oh, fuck. I'm allowed to say that word. Wake up. Davidoff cigarettes were sick. And they were so cheap as well. You could buy a sleeve that was like, it was like $17. So $17 for 200 smokes. Because you got 10 boxes of 20. So you do the math. It's goddamn cheap. It's like 10 cents a chick. Is it like 10 cents a stick? So around that, like 7 cents or something. And that's how much they should cost. If we actually just didn't tax cigarettes, which I'm not even like discussing we should do that, but I'm just saying like we could easily do it. We only tax it because we're trying to prevent people from doing it, which I'm actually okay with. But I'm just saying like I was able to experience a nice like because we're in international waters, there was no tax. So everything was just like cost. It was insane. So like there was a thing called the Bond Store. I'll tell you this. It was called the Bond Store. It was insanely great. It was so good. So we got paid cash like, on our first sea phase. And I had like, I don't know, $100 or something like that. No, I had loads more than that, but I just like the Bond Store opened up and I like spoke to one of the Filipinos. I was like, what's that? He's like, I see, you go here, you can buy beer, soft drink. And I was like, whoa, okay. And like, I just like took on like I think it was a $50. No, is it $50 notes? Oh, it's like 100 or something. Well, anyway, I went down there, and it was on like the C deck. I was on E deck. All the officers were on E deck. So I had to go down, but I'd never been on C deck before, so it was exciting. The C deck's just it's just another like where like people were based, but like I just never had a reason to go there. On the superstructure of the ship. And it had like, there was a door, and it had like a stick, you know, like when you buy Papa John's pizza, you get like an anti-tamper sticker. It had one of those. So what happened? It's really smart. So every time the ship goes to port and gets inspected, a guy comes on the ship. He'll look at the Bond Store, open it, look inside the Bond Store, probably like count all the items in there, close it, and then he puts like a sticker, an anti-tamper sticker on it, and he'll put a date on it. And it's like something like that date is like when you're allowed to breach the sticker. It's something like that, or just it's just like that's verification that they've ran their inspection happy with the fact that they've just got like a surplus of product they're going to sell their crew without tax, but at the moment, because they're in port, you can't legally do that because there's actually tax when you're in a port. That's what I'm saying. It's weird. It's really weird. So that's what I mean. When you actually are on the ship, a lot of the stuff you learn about is like all this legal shit. And I was like, did you have to worry about that in the fucking 1900s? Probably not. You just like came onto port, did whatever you did. When I go on sport now, you got all this bullshit with like the ballast water. The ballast water. So basically, ballast water contains like microbes. Because obviously, if like I go to the Indian Ocean, I suck water up in the Indian Ocean to make float my ballast tanks to keep my ship more like sturdy. If I go suddenly to like Australia, where there's like the coral reef, if I accidentally like spilled like even like a cup's worth of like, the Indian Ocean water by accident, I would be up to a penalty fine, or like loads. The company would get like it'd be $500,000. I'd probably lose my job, and like it's so fucking stressful. When we were in LA, I remember I was in LA, and there was a day where I was stuck on the bridge, not the bridge, control room, and what you have to do is you just have to like watch the ship in terms of like when they take the containers off with the gantry crane, the ship's going to start to like list, because obviously if they start to like take containers off on like, the port starboard side, it's going to like start to list on the other side. So you, as the third mate, your job is to, in the control room, you're in control of basically like the stability. So what basically happens is if that starts to happen, and you notice that listing, you have to like activate the ballast pump, and then the ballast pump will start to like pump in water on the side where the containers come off, and then obviously it starts to like stabilize. When I like did it, I was on there, and I was like, I'll be honest, I was like a bit bleary-eyed, and I activated one of the controls. And like, I swear to God, like I think I accidentally probably did like discharge some of the water into like, because I think I just pushed something, I just didn't realize. And like, I think I did like back some of the water into LA. And I don't think you can do me on this. I think I don't even know if it actually happened, but I think I did. I didn't get caught by it. They had ways to know, so I actually don't think anything did happen, but I felt like I did. And then like I was just really scared for a couple of months after that. I was really scared that at some point there was just going to be some message that like the LA port, they find us, like, and I'm going to like get thrown out or some shit. It didn't happen. I'm sure it did. I don't think it did happen. It was just like, I just remember like the ship was like listing by a couple degrees, and like I was with another cadet, and he was like, just turn on the ballast pump, and I like pushed something, and then I noticed the number was going down, up instead of down. I was like, oh shit, and I like, pushed it the other way. So maybe I just probably sucked it back in. Yeah, just sucked it back. And I think maybe our container ship potentially had a and there's prevention methods behind it. When you bring in the ballast water, there's like a UV beam or a UV net that runs through the pipe. So when all of the ballast water travels through, there's like loads of different, there's like about 5 or 6 different nets of the UV wave, and it effectively just, when the water comes through, it just kills the microbes, and every time it enters the next one, it kills and kills and kills. So effectively, like by the time it gets to like the end of the 5th one, there shouldn't be anything left. Or there's like they just it gets boiled. So all water that goes into the ballast system just gets put into a furnace, which gets heated up by the residual heat made by the engines, which is very smart. That effectively boils the water. Said water then is using the ballast tanks, I think. And then there's also like and then some of that water goes into a desalinization system as well, which effectively we were very discouraged to drink the water from the taps. I did a few times and nothing ever happened to me, but we were just always sort of told, just don't do it. Like, I guess it was just on a permanent basis, just don't do it. Like, but there were a few times where I just like I woke up in the middle of the night, I was like so thirsty, I just had no water, I just like run a tap or I just fucking drink it. Had all these like shitty like Chinese, everything in my like flat. The thing was, the great thing about it was that I'm not that tall. I'm like 5'10" or 11, but I felt massive in this place. It was like I felt like there was a guy who was like a Welsh dude called Luke, and he was like 6'6". I can only fucking imagine. So I remember like sitting on the toilet, right, having a shit. Not to sound too graphic, but like I'm not that big, but I remember like, just feeling like my ass, both my ass cheeks were kind of like coming off the edge of the bowl. I was just thinking, imagine this dude like trying to like have like a shit on this toilet, or have a shower. The shower is just like so like he could just about fit in the cabin, I think, without having to like bend over. But it was hell. I was like, you really just you gotta be careful when you're in the Merchant Navy. You don't want to be like too tall. If you're like Shaquille O'Neal, you're gonna like just end up with a permanent back. You have to sit everywhere you go. But then I remember there was another thing. It was like the engine room was amazing. I was an officer, so I didn't ever really get to go in the engine room that much. But seriously, like every time I went to the engine room, for me, it just felt like this insane, like world of whimsy. I really wish I became an engineer. That was like much more my fun. It was like. I think I'll be honest. My container ship was only a single propeller, which there's nothing wrong with that. That's got its advantages. If you just put all the power into one giant propeller, and because that's the whole point. A container ship really is just trying to go from like A to B. So there's no point you needing like two propellers for like maneuverability if you can just forfeit that for like a single propeller, which can just go really fast, and container ships can go really fast. So like, a container ship that was about 330 meters long, so that is about a skyscraper, and it would weigh about a skyscraper because all the containers, it would be like 440,000 deadweight tons. So it's unfathomable how much that ship weighs. Like when you get off the ship and you get off the gantry ladder, you go in like one of the like little port cars, which will drive you from like the ship to the port. You'll like drive alongside the ship, and for me, it had evergreen on the side, and the amount of time it would take for like, the letter for like the E, and then like V, and you see the cars go. You see all these containers like flying by you. But you can just see that the ship is just slow, because it's that big, it's so huge. When you're on the bridge, you're just on the hill, and you just like, it just feels so helpless. And that ship will take so long to do anything. And even if the ship needs to do like some fuck off insane maneuver, you have to like warn the engine room. So like what would happen is if the ship was approaching like a waypoint, and then the ship's gonna suddenly have to like deviate to like, I don't know, 30 degrees to the east, you call up the engine room, you'd be like, hello, engine room, deviate starboard 30 degrees. And they'd be like, okay, and they'd obviously do their magic, and it's like, you know what I mean? But every time I go down the engine room, I'd always be like shown some insane thing. It was like, but when you went down there, it was like the main thing that you'd go is that in the middle is the axle just going, and there was loads of precautions to just make sure you did not fucking ever fall into that. Guardrails everywhere, because if you fell into that, it's just you're dead. But this is in India, dude. No one did that. No one died when I was at the sea. This is in India. If it was an Indian ship, yeah, probably someone would like fall on it. But yeah, that axle span very fast, and if you fell in that, you just get fucked. But that was like the main thing that you effectively, the engineers had to keep going. That and the propeller. Obviously the electrics, but like, it just needs to make sure. But there was a part they had, it was insane. I didn't find out about it until like the last sea phase as well, because I just didn't have any. It was when I was with the last sea phase, I was actually paired up with an engineer. All the other times I was with officers, so we had no reason to go in. Every now and then, like, the captain would like say, "Cadet, go down to engine room, give us the chief mate," and it was great. Every time you got one of those like tasks, I'd just milk it so much. So what I'd normally do is I'd get with his like whatever he gave me, the pamphlet, the file facts. Just giving loads of coordinates and like stuff he's got to get through. And then I'll go to my cabin and I'll just like go in there and just like, oh yeah, just chill out for a little bit and just like maybe just like put like a little bit of like an episode of abuse about it. I'm not good. Because how are they doing with it? They never did. Not even one time that happened. They were like, "Why did you take so long?" I just said, "Oh, he was busy," and I just didn't want to interrupt him. I was like, "Oh, okay." Because they didn't. They. I don't think they had like they had CCTV for just like. It just didn't matter. It just didn't matter. Yeah, this is just the sort of shit that like everyone does. Anytime like you speak to anyone who works in the army or anything like that, everyone's got these like little tricks they would do. Like you just be like that. But anytime like the drill sergeant told you to take this to the sergeant commander, oh that was great. You just knew you could probably give yourself like a 20-minute break, just like go chill, do something. And I was just if the captain gave you that, so go see the captain. And sometimes it happened. I went down there and I wouldn't find him. He'd be like. I'd be like, "Where's the chief engineer?" And he'd be like, "Oh, he's actually in his cabin." And I was just like, "Oh, fuck." He had a really nice cabin. In terms of like superiority, it probably goes captain, chief mate, then probably chief engineer, then probably like second mate, then probably like second engineer, then probably like third mate, then probably third engineer. Because the chief engineer is very important. Like, he was definitely a very respected person, and he should be. But the captain has absolute authority. He decides, like, what that happens to the ship. And theoretically, the chief engineer does have to bow to him, but the chief engineer, by the same remits, gets, like, absolute respect from basically everyone else. And I like that. I like that. I think men do like that. There was a sense of... And I did that. When you would see the chief engineer, I would always be very humble to him. I always like be like, "Oh, hello." Like, never wanted to look rude or ever like pushing or like. I'd always give him like whatever. They ate at a special table. I like that. That's just how it should be. And then it just made sense for us because it's like awkward. There was a few times where we got invited to go to the like. Captain's table. Oh, it's so weird. The experience, I just remember, it's so weird. So I was like, imagine me, like 10 years ago. No, more than that. I was like 21. So like 15 years ago. And like, I was like fresh out of like college, and I had this guy called Rory, who was like this Scottish dude, who was like about 3 years older than me, and then I had this guy called like Luke, who was Welsh. I fucking hated him. He was like he was just a bit of a twat, but he was alright. And it's like my first time like, ever being away from kind of like home. And it's just like going eating the shittiest food ever. I remember sending pictures of the food I ate to my dad. He just found it so funny. They're like frog's legs. And it's like not like French done frog's legs, just like they just boiled them. The fish like it's not like cod or plaice or haddock. It's just like how do you explain it? It's just like little whippets or just like really bony fish where it's like you have to know how to fillet it perfectly or you're just gonna have the worst time ever. And it took me, I'm not gonna like pretend I got it, it took me like a month until I actually was really, I'm very good with chopsticks now because I had to kind of like learn, like Skinner had to when he got in the POW camp. But it took me about a good month to like I was really able just to proper like skin the fillet one of those sort of fish. So what I'm trying to say is it's like a flat. It would just be like a flat fish, but obviously you could just eat it. It's not like a Hello Nemo, Where's Nemo fish. It was just like some kind of like Chinese fish that they can eat, but it's just something we don't eat. But you have to like know how to like take the. So if it's like it would be like flat, served to you like that. The head wouldn't be on it, and the tail wouldn't be on it. So it'd just be like, yeah, it'd just be like, and it'd be like really fried. Something like you'd see snake eating. Honestly, if it's something like you'd see snake eating and snake eating, obviously, and it's been gutted, obviously. Actually, I don't know if it was gutted. It was a god. You had to learn that as well. There was a few times I remember eating the guts, and they're like, it's salty as shit. It's not like, it doesn't make you feel sick. It's just really salty. And I think I remember like one of them like noticed, and like, oh, did you eat the guts? I was like, yeah, I think so. So oh yeah, it's nasty, isn't it? But you had to take like the it's not the spine. It was just like bone on the front and back of it, and then it's like the big, obviously the spine in the middle. But that bit's the most tough because like you've got to be careful when you take it off. So you do it like too ferociously. The spine bits, like the ribs, I guess, they snap off, and those are not like anchovies. So when you get like anchovies, they've been like fried so much that you can just chew through like the bone. It doesn't matter. These ones will fucking suck. And as in like they'll just like be protruding out of like your teeth. And you're gonna just be sat like an idiot, just like going like that. And you just won't be able to chew it very well. So it's like it can hurt you. And it's like if you fuck it up, it's like a punishment because you only get one fillet because there's like one per person. And that's it. That's your meat, basically fucked up. So it's like a fucking game. And then like you wake up in the morning. You're not gonna get cereal. You're not gonna get like toast and stuff. Actually, he started doing toast towards the end, but not at the start. The toast was fucked. The toast was like some weird like brioche shit. It'd be like spicy rice, like fucking spicy rice. That's why I've got like a taste of spicy stuff now. I had to live like a year eating spicy rice. It was actually quite nice, actually. I do quite like it. And then like every now and then they would do like a sort of American one where they did like bacon, and that was fucking dope. Because that's the thing, when they actually did do like the nice stuff, they did make it really good. Because it was like not that frequent. So when you did actually, there was a time like we went to where were we? I think we were, it might have been when we were in Paris. We were in Paris. Now I remember. We were in Paris, where Athens is. In Greece. And we were like outside of the port, because we got there a bit early, and they were waiting for like a ship to leave port. And they asked us to like drop an anchor at the anchor bay, and we thought, well, that's good. And I went down. We had these like orange jumpsuits on, a hard hat on, these like fucking steel cap boots. My dad lent me because he was a motorcyclist. And the chief mate was this fat, like, Chinese guy. He looked like King Jong or whoever the new guy is. He looked like him. He did. He still does. Had little glasses and stuff. It's really funny. The hair. And he couldn't speak English very well, but it's like, I don't think he cared because he was like here to work with his country. Um, we went down to the. No, we were in the fore. So in the front of the ship. The front of the ship's got two anchors, and they are controlled by a windlass. And a windlass basically just is a spinny wheel, which feeds the chain, which is in the chain hold, to then drop the anchor into the water, because that's the whole point. You want to anchor, you know, try and get it. You don't have to get it to hit the ground, but ideally when you're that close to port, you probably can hit the ground, and that's the whole point. You're anchoring the ship, so it'll have like a swinging circle, but you can always like tighten the windlass to then just keep the ship pulled to where the anchor is. But anyway, the bosun came out, and he was like 70 years old. He was a prudent little Asian guy, and he always like smoked cigarettes. And he like started to like twist the lock for the there's a guillotine. So the guillotine basically is a massive piece of metal which basically traps the chain and is effectively the hold, which is stopping the anchor from like dropping down. So the bosun undid that, took the guillotine off, so now the chain was kind of loose, and he's like starting to unscrew the valve, which is like untwisting a brake effectively that stops the windlass from like rolling. He does that, and then he gives like the all clear to the second mate, the chief mate. It's clear. No, that is what the screw is. So as he does that, the anchor starts going, and each one of those chain links, to give you context, is like the size of this pillow, but made out of like raw iron, and it probably does weigh like a ton. No, maybe not a ton, but it weigh a fucking ton, like 100 kilograms, 200 kilograms. I wouldn't be able to lift it. Absolutely no way. So when you start to see something of that size starting to like move, you can just see like even it like starting to like crunch against the windlass, like sparks and like metal, any like pieces of like stone, just like because it's just so heavy. And dust is just starting to like settle up because it hasn't been moved in ages, and then suddenly you can just like it starts to like feed into like the water, and this is where it just goes wrong. So like, the bosun's still like undoing the valve, and he's waiting for the chief mate to like tell him to like start to put the screw on. And then like it gets faster and faster. It goes, and the chain's just going. It's making like the absolute most worst noise I've ever seen, and the windlass is just going. So that's the mechanism that's like pulling the chain up and like feeding into the water. And there's a chain locker inside the ship which probably has like about a mile. Actually, probably not a mile. It probably has like 200 meters, I guess, of chain. So it's all that's just. And then me and the other cadets were like watching, and we just stepped back. We was like, "This is going fucking crazy." And this is my first time I've ever seen an anchor drop, because this only happened like a month when I joined the show, and it was the first place we got to. So I went on Felixstowe, and it was Felixstowe to Piraeus. So I was like already just trying to learn the ropes, and suddenly like I witnessed like a massive disaster. And anyway, the bosun just doesn't seem to ever like stop. He's waiting on the chief mate. It's obviously some kind of breach of communication or something. I'm assuming that the chief mate probably assumed that the bosun was going to do it, but he didn't. He was waiting on the chief mate to tell him to stop. So the windlass starts to go fuck off fast. It's like spinning so fast, and I'm like looking at like everything else, and I'm like, what is this supposed to be? What's happening? And I'm like, I don't think so. And it's just, you can just hear like the chain just going, and there's like so much chain. It's coming out so fast, and the windlass is actually starting to like catch on fire a little bit. I'm not even kidding, because it's like the friction is so fast. I was like, what's happening? And then all of a sudden, there's an almighty funk, and inside the chain locker, there's something called the bitter end, and the bitter end is essentially like, you know, like if you have a bath chain, the bath chain is actually connected to your bath, isn't it? So that bit which is connected to the bath, that's the bitter end on a ship. It's just actually that's fused on it. So the force of the anchor falling in free fall so quick, yanked, it actually like ripped the metal out of the chain hold, pulled the like whatever like stud that was like chain, it was like fused to the bulkhead. And because luckily it's like a bit chunky, and it might have been by design, as it like fed through the anchor hole and went to the guillotine, it like knocked the guillotine, and the guillotine like caught it, and it literally like held the anchor by just the guillotine. So effectively we didn't foul the anchor. That's the term. We didn't foul the anchor, because that does happen. That did happen in the Merchant Navy. So yeah, and honestly, if you lost an anchor, can I just tell you, if you lose an anchor, that is not cheap. Everything on the Merchant Navy is fucking expensive. Everything is so expensive. Are you kidding me? An anchor? Do you know how much metal an anchor would be? An anchor is probably going to be like my whole flat. Like my whole flat, it is so big. When you actually look at the anchor and you think about that in raw metal, if you lost that, that's just going to be like 50 tons of metal you've like lost. It's going to be thousands, hundreds and thousands of pounds, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars you just lost. Plus the chain, all of that you've just lost. It's going to be like probably like $500,000 easily. But luckily they didn't lose it. They caught it by the last bit. And the next part was where it got really fucked. So at that point they had contacted the port and said, oh, we're going to be delayed, so don't worry about us for a bit. They like basically, there's two windlasses. So there was a windlass on the exact opposite side of the starboard side. So what they did, they got like this really thick metal cable that was probably like it was like that thick. It was so thick. I don't know what that is, but it was like that wide metal cable, and they got like they had like 4 of them that were just like tied around the bitter end, and then like tied around the starboard windlass, because the idea being was they were going to like turn on the starboard windlass to drop the starboard anchor, but while they were doing that they would actually start to pull in the other side one, which was a good idea. And I remember like we were like sat there, and I was getting like, me and my other like white cadets, we were like stood fucking way back. We were just like, nah, this is not worth going. All the Filipinos, they didn't care. They had a death wish. They were just doing whatever. They were just like happy to like jump across like the anchor hole. Like, so that basically, if you fell into the anchor hole, you just like fall straight into like, the ocean, and you just die. But they were just happy to like jump over it, like really casually. Like they don't care if they fall in. No health and safety in that regard. And they like tied 4 of these cables across the starboard anchor windlass. And this, at this point, I'm not even joking. I had already gone back to my, because I think that had taken so long to do. Like I'd already like gone back in my cabin. And I think I was just like bored. I was just like playing games or something like that because it took him so long to do it. And then eventually I was just like, oh fuck it. I just went and checked again. And then they saw what they were up to. And then like they turned on the windlass on the other side, and it just. And then when that strain happened, you knew that was when all of the energy was just in those 4 cables, and everyone's like waiting to see what happens. And everyone just went really quiet. And then he like just pulled kept pulling him even more. And then it just made a, and then the guy just suddenly like put the starboard brake on really quickly, and then used like the windlass to like feed the chain back in. What happened is like all 4 of the cables had snapped, and like the snapback was so strong that there was like a metal catwalk which is like made of grates, and it just fucking like cut through like a big chunk of that. And I remember they had to like fire it down because it was just really dangerous, because it was like the cut was like so jagged that someone had to like fire it down and try and fix it. So like, basically, yeah, if anyone was in the snapbacks, it would have just been bifurcated. So if you were like one of those Filipinos who were just like, there were a couple of them were around there just being like really like gaudy because they didn't care. A lot of them just didn't care. There was one time where like we had to like not paint. We had to like maintenance the lifeboats, and we're in the middle of the ocean, and like the lifeboats are just like, you can't access the lifeboat unless you climb over a safety girder or safety barrier, sorry. But like the Filipino guy was just like, let's screw this. He just like climbed over it, and he was just like holding on to the lifeboat. And basically, just if he'd just accidentally let go of his hands, he would just sort of fallen back into the sea. And I'm trying to, I can't really explain what he was doing, but he was just like this, and he was just got like it was something. It was just like I think it was cleaning it or something. It was just like this, just do it like that. I just remember looking at my cadet mate. He was like, no, do not do that. I was like, what are you supposed to do? So you're supposed to get like a telescopic thing, just like clean it with a telescopic thing. So just do not do what he does. Do not do that. Because they just don't care. It's like for them, they're just like, a job's a job. It's like, it'd take them like an extra, and this is what the Indians do as well, so it'd take them like an extra like 30 minutes to like get the telescopic broom out and do it that way. That's what like, you do. If you went on like a proper English ship, like a British Petroleum oil tanker, you would have to do it that way. In fact, if you got caught doing it the way the Philippines do, you just get fired. You just get absolutely fired. But like on Evergreen's like one of the that's the ship that got stuck in the sewers. Everything was so fucked. It was like absolute scum shit. And I remember like when we went into the Suez Canal, we had to always bribe the fucking like Suez, the Egyptians. They're a fucking greasy cunt. So we go through the Suez Canal and just be like, the shittest bit. It's so shit. I mean, it could be really good if white people ran it. It'd be really good. Just don't see why Indian brown people are in it. They're gonna say, it's Egypt. Fuck Egypt. Yeah, so we deserve it. But okay, I'll tell you the experience. So you rock up at like, the sewers, and you go like way outside, and eventually you get called, and you're in a convoy. What that means is effectively like when it's interesting. So you'll be in the sewers for a couple of days, maybe a day or two. that when you went on, you'd know what ship was in front of you and what ship was behind you. It was really funny because you'd end up like having like a weird like little relationship, because there was like one time where I was like behind a Maersk ship, and we obviously couldn't talk, but every now and then like I'd see like the officer of the bridge and I used to always wave at them and they would wave back, and it was like, obviously they were like white, it was like quite funny. We used to always just do that, just a little human boost. And then, like, sometimes, oh yeah, you just like to see the ship behind you, and you just like, I get the binoculars. I'd always like just like look at like the people on the bridge, and just see like what they're up to, just see what they're doing. Most of the time, I'm just dossing around, no one's doing anything. And you'd just be like, literally, you'd be with them for like, yeah, like almost like 30 hours, because the whole time you're just there, you're like. There's a Suez pilot who's just a fat, I don't know always, but it just so happens every time we got there, there's always a really fat guy. And there was one time one came on, he's a massive shit on the bridge. There's a toilet on the bridge, like fucking stank the whole thing up. Probably some kind of dominant shit. I'm not even kidding, I'm not a big crew, dude. And we all had to like walk around. And it's like, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I'm telling you, like when I do World War Africa or whatever, like I've experienced the pain. People don't understand. I've experienced all the pain. The humiliation, all of it. I shouldn't have had to do that. Why did I have to smell some fat Saudi Arabian dudes like shit? That's like humiliation I shouldn't do. I will not let that happen. The 10 Rubio wouldn't let that happen to their people, would it? So why should I have to do that? That's what I got to start thinking. Isaac Newton would never have had to do that. So why did I have to do that? See? This is one of the eggiest worlds. Pearl Davis is just like one of the lamest people I've ever seen. She just lives and just posts shit online. Like no one of any worth is saying it. And I'm only saying that because like she hasn't got a job. I have no qualm when people just post shit like me, and it's like, yeah, this isn't your bread and butter. This is just some shit that you're doing. But when it's like, you know that's their actual job, and all she's doing is just posting shit, and it's just like narcissistic fuel, because it's like, no one cares. Who cares? The only people who care are people who want to use Pearl, which are really like people who want to fuck her. That's honestly probably all it is at this point. There are a couple of like deranged sicko fans who will just be like, actually think they might have a shot with her. Do you know what I mean? These are the sort of people that narcissists love. That's why we have to quell them and stop them. There's just no good of it. It's like I keep saying to you, what Pearl's doing is not pushing, or anything any like woman's doing, it's not pushing anything. It's not space exploration, it's not like drivable cars, it's nothing like that. It's always just some shit. It usually involves men, and them just bitching and complaining because they're oppressed, or Chad hasn't spoken to them. It's just so boring. It's like, come on, get over yourself. Who cares? You went on social media, that was your fault, you shouldn't have done it. We all now know that you shouldn't go on social media. You went on social media, you go on Hinge, yeah, you hook up with some multi-millionaire because he's just like in the town, he's horny, Katie, and he's just like, feminism's great. I don't need to marry any of these bitches anymore. All I need to do is just download Hinge, post a picture of my Bugatti, and women will just fucking suck my cock. And that's all they're doing. And it's like, once you learn that, like, can you not understand like why you should just stop? Because that it's the rich people who are benefiting. It's like the rich, really powerful people. It's not like me, not me. People who are benefiting are rich people who've got money, because feminism is just basically converted women to convert sex into a transfer. So once you do that, then it's just literally, yeah, who benefits from that? When anything is a monetary value, who benefits from it? If a punishment is a fine, who is least affected by that? Well, it'd be rich people. So if sex suddenly becomes a monetary thing, who gains from that? Well, it's going to be rich people, isn't it? Because you can then just give a woman 100... Like, in the 60s, you just couldn't do that. It'd be scandalous. It's going to be like the... But in 2026, if you just want to, like, fuck... You go on Instagram, you're Drake, and you see, like, some, like, big-tiered, like, white girls, like, just turned 18, and you want to, like, ruin her life. Yeah, you can just DM her and say, if you come around mine, I'll fly you over in my private jet. And I'll give you like a couple of Gucci bags, but you have to like fuck me, like here's some underwear, wear it, and like I'll fuck you. Like she doesn't realise that she's just ruined her life. Because now she's fucked this Jewish like black Negro. She's now gonna be like, no one's gonna want to, like any high value men are gonna want, and she'll like she'll be really proud about it because this is the psyop. She'll be like, yeah, dude, yeah, man, I fucked Drake, so I must be really high value. But she won't realise any time she says I fucked Drake to anyone else, no one's gonna want her. Like, other black people might, or Indians or Jews, but it's always gonna be really low value people. She's never gonna like fuck the white counterpart, is what I'm trying to say. What the Jews have just done is just taken away like Chadette or Stacey, because all the Stacey's now are just like, there's no point Stacey getting married and having kids, because Stacey just much rather go on like Instagram, have like Drake here, or you know, do OnlyFans or something, and it's just, why would she want to have kids? That's gonna like just keep her back. If she wants to keep partying and just doing drugs and like fucking loads of dudes and just having loads of orgasms, why would she want to? If you're a mum, that's like low status. You don't want that. That's what happens when you give women a choice to be mums. Barely any of them want to do it. I can't imagine how many women are like just coming out of their schools being like, God, I really want to be a mum. It was just nothing that came out when I was in school. I don't think any women ever said that. Any of the women that I think, or girls that I went to school with, oh, Dolly Parton's did. But Dolly Parton's gonna live forever. To be honest, we've got Cher. Cher's basically be like been alive for like 1,000,000 years. Clint Eastwood. I had no idea how the fuck that dude's still alive. I'm not trying to be like macabre, but I'm just like David Attenborough. Just trying to like delve if there's like people. Like, this is it. But I just don't think this culture is going to exist anymore. Because the celebrities culture is not the same now. It's just ruined. It's just so obvious, this replacement theory. Like someone like me, and it's not. I'm not even like being goylord anymore, because I'm aware of like there is a big community of people. People like me have started to find our like calling a little bit. We've like started to like find like a subset of people who are on my like on. They're aware of what's happening, and it's not like we're not just like paranoid schizos. We're like actually have some weight behind like what we're saying. Dude, Dolly Parton died. I just don't get to say. It's just I don't know. I don't care in the sense of like they've had the best lives ever. I just don't care. I just don't care. They made music. I don't care. It's not that good. I really don't care. I just think like actors and actresses, I just don't care. Or like musicians, it's just not worth the money. They just get. It's obviously like embezzlement and just some kind of like systematic way of like getting really bad people in power. What's the point? Have I got two of these guys? Okay, let's sell this one. I love India. I love India. I'm gay for India. I'm not gay for India. Fuck. Play with my ass. Play with my ass. Injured? No. Oh, Willies and Boo. Willies and Boo. Dude, I'm gonna be sick. Don't even understand. So, that was very funny.
wafer, creamy hazelnut, delicious chocolate. Why be basic when you can be bueno?
Dude, black people are cool stuff. Oh, love likes.
I'm the angry unk. Here we go again.
You like to be seen. You couldn't even give me my gas so I can go. You want to be seen. You want to know white people.
Oh, I love blacks.
Somebody doing something to you, but I'm not in no direction of her. I'm not in no direction of her.
Listen, relax, okay? Listen to me. Go outside, talk to me.
I love blacks.
Hey, try to pass it.
This is some weird shit.
Dude, look at this guy. Look at the buttons. So how much do I have to still work out? Because like, obviously I'm not really like exercising. Am I? Okay, now I got it.
Enemy vehicles inbound.
Jesus.
Once you've found a targeted asset, move up to it, and we'll begin the recovery procedure.
I love early birds. I watch early birds. Dude, kill him. Dude, kill him. Dude, kill that motherfucker.
Kill confirmed.
Dude, kill that mother. Oh, fucked his ass.
Kill commander. Roger. Focusing target.
Dude, fucked his ass. Wanked him. Dude, I'm about to be sick.
Hostile leg down.
Dude, how many of these mothers are there?
That's close enough. Ready to start pickup operation. Package acquired.
Get in there, boys. I look up. Dude, fucked him. Dude, how's he still alive? play with my balls. Oh boy. Oh, he's punching my ass. Dude, I'm dead. No. Oh, I love her. Did I kill him? I got him. Got him. Okay, quick. Get blow the place up. Where I am, yeah. I love Gorham. I love Gorham. I love Gorham. I love Gorham. Okay, get ready. I love Gorham.
Engaging commander's target. Copy. We're on it, sir.
You little Gorham. What the? No. No, I'm not the Gorham King. I love Gorham. Get out quick, get out. Quick, I'm trying to get out. This is Gorham King. Quick, get out, Gorham. Oh fuck it, let's kill this little midget. No, come on, yeah. Reality.
If you find the acquisition, just walk up to it in order to pick it up.
I'm out of here. Did alright? You did fine. You did fine, buddy.
Commander, time to blow out of there.
Just muscle memory there, dude. Fucking muscle memory, man. Fuck. It's so good. Kidding me? Oh well. Yes. Oh. Wait, what? Ding. Oh yeah, the other contracts are not great. Hey, you think you can do it, buddy? Ah, what's it? Fucking see, dude. Do a couple, one more, maybe.
GTA.
But chill now if you don't want
I love OnlyFans. I love OnlyFans.
This bitch is a liar. She's a liar.
This is OnlyFans. I love OnlyFans. I love OnlyFans. I watch only. That's how I know Kay's boyfriend's black. This is my future. Yeah, Myron's black as well. Oh, exactly. Myron's black, and for some reason he's saying this, and no one's allowed to like talk about why that's doing it, because he's the one good black guy.
Local communications network on behalf of our client.
Oh my
Make your way
god.
to the marked nav points and take out any target identified at the location. We'll come back for extraction once all targets have been neutralized.
Hell yeah.
Jump jet fuel low. Jump jet fuel empty.
Oh god, really? Okay.
I'm detecting unidentified mechs in the area. Moving in to investigate.
Target acquired.
Oh my god, I'm struggling. Oh my god.
Destroyed. Target acquired.
Dude, I'm not good.
Target destroyed.
To be honest, down.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Ah, no.
Shared target engaged.
Overrun.
Help, how do I turn it off? Help. Help. Oh, I don't know what to do.
Overrun engaged.
How do I turn it off?
Commander target. Oh, nice headshot.
It's completely fucking.
Kill confirmed.
Target acquired.
Scratch that target off the list.
Target destroyed.
What's all good? So
Enemy destroyed.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Tango down.
Destroyed.
okay.
Jump jet fuel low. Jump jet fuel empty. Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Holy fast, the new movie.
Falling in file formation, sir.
Rifleman.
Oh, I love OnlyFans.
Weapon.
Nearly there, Commander. Approach the hidden object to pick it up.
Defend both the components.
Jet fuel low. Jump jet fuel empty.
Target down.
Where's the other target?
Jump jet fuel low. Jump jet fuel empty.
I was OnlyFans.
Target down. That was clinical. Unable to continue.
I was OnlyFans.
Destroyed. Jump jet fuel low. Jump jet fuel empty.
Enemy destroyed.
I love OnlyFans.
Weapon destroyed. Weapon destroyed.
I love OnlyFans.